All right, folks, welcome back. Episode 28 of the Ginge Ball Pod. We got a packed episode here today. We're going to talk about college football. Obviously, we just revealed the 12-team bracket for the playoff, get into week 14 recaps for the NFL, and then look ahead to next week. Beck, how we doing, brother?
Excited to pod. Excited to pod. A lot to talk about. Some good topics today. And yeah, the Eagles, very weird game last night. Excited to get into that, touch on that. But yeah, we got a lot to hit on here.
Yeah, I was listening to WIP on the drive into work today, and I
Uh,
was the takes on WIP are so funny, dude.
that's nightmare fuel.
Just just a 6-year-old guy calls in, goes, "Yeah, Jalen Hurts has a pea brain. He'll never make it." I'm like, dude, what the fuck are
Yeah,
we on?
the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
Uh,
But let's start with college football. Obviously, they had the selection show shortly after the conference championship games concluded, and we finally got to see which teams are in the playoff. I think for the most part it was pretty chalky. Let's just go through all the seeds and then we can sort of break down where people are maybe getting a little pissed about. So it starts off Indiana obviously coming off that Big Ten title win over Ohio State, which was cinema. What a game that was.
yeah, my
They're in the
boy
one
Charlie
seed.
Becker shares
Yeah,
my last name. Wow, he got busy in that game. Third down merchant, but getting busy every third down. He
let's
was
go.
massive.
Yeah. And then Ohio State, the 2 seed. Georgia, obviously coming off that win over Alabama, the 3 seed, and then Texas Tech rounds out the first round buys. Then in the 5 seed, it's Oregon. The 6 seed is Ole Miss. 7 is A&M. 8 is Oklahoma. 9, Bama. 10, Miami. This is where it got really interesting. Miami obviously gets in over Notre Dame. And then the group of five top seed was Tulane, and then JMU rounded out the field. But the story here obviously is Miami getting in over Notre Dame. They have the head to head over Notre Dame, but a lot of people were arguing that Notre Dame's resume may have been better than theirs. I didn't really see the case for that. I know they got that win over USC. Beck, break it down for us. What did you see with this decision from the committee?
Yeah, it's a lot of politics with, how Notre Dame is aligned with the ACC. But I think at the end of the day, if you lose your first two games, I mean, granted, they're very close. Both of those games are very close, but you lose to Miami and you're surprised that the ACC is going to side with Miami because they are a full-time member and they're not just a partner in football. I think you're crazy if you're a Notre Dame fan. I know the odds the odds did shift a lot. Like Notre Dame was a heavy favorite to get in. Like if you bet the night before, they're like minus 1,000
Oh
to
yeah.
make the playoff. So it was shocking that they didn't make it based off of that. But I don't think Notre Dame they have some valid points as they don't need the ACC to thrive. I agree with that
Mhm.
completely, but I don't think they have any point or pot the piston basically with Miami getting over them.
No.
This is the other way around. Like we're not even having a Miami's
No.
not making a big deal about it. There's no debate about it. Head to head is always going to be king. And I know it was week one, and that's kind of what hinders Notre Dame is that they have to play pretty much all their big games at the beginning of the year because conference play starts or the
Right.
majority of it is in the latter part of the season. So if you're Notre Dame, I think either you find a better partner, you join a conference, or I mean these games are scheduled years in advance. So I've looked at their schedule some years down the
Yeah.
line, but again, like most of their marquee matchups are going to be at the beginning of the season. Like next year, their schedule is very light, and that's the one time where they actually play like a team like Miami in November. But I mean, you limit yourself. Your best wins against USC at home. You're not even doing home and home with them anymore. I know that was a USC decision, but I mean, you have them at a neutral site next year. I just don't think you can bitch that much.
Yeah.
I think you have a valid point though if you're Notre Dame when you're talking about like you make a lot of money for the ACC. Their game, every Notre Dame game that they play an ACC team sells out. The ACC is hurting in money with the rest of the teams are in it, and it looks terrible that Duke is, a five-loss team that wins the conference
Yeah,
championship.
that was brutal.
So there's valid points on both sides there, and I think Notre Dame would be, out of their mind not to end this partnership. but I don't think they have any point to bitch this particular season about not making the playoff. You lost head to head, and that is kind of going to be the deal breaker there. And if you're surprised that the committee signed it with the AC or signed it with Miami and the ACC, then you're kind of out of your mind. You lost head to head.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. My thing is the one thing that I sort of agreed with, just in terms of like the logic of it, was the fact that Notre Dame was ranked ahead of them last week, which I agree with the head to head, and I agree with the committee's decision in the end. It's just it was weird to me that last week Notre Dame was in ahead of Miami, and then this week all of a sudden Miami jumps them when neither of them played a game. Like that part of it is the only thing that didn't make any sense to me. But like to me, you just make that decision last week because you had all the same facts in front of you. You had both their schedules, you had the head to head, you had everything you needed to come to this conclusion that they came to, which I think is the right one. But they could have made that last week and kind of I think if Miami were to be the 9 last week or the 10, instead of Notre Dame, then I don't think a lot of this discussion is happening now. I think the fact that Notre Dame got jumped when there was like no game, I think that's what people got pissed off about. And to me, it's like whatever. I think in the end, it's just those shows where they like reveal all the rankings ahead of time just don't mean shit. And like, I don't know. I think they're just trying to like get people excited for the playoff and all this shit. But at the end of the day, those rankings don't really matter until they actually make the decisions. And yeah, you hit the nail on the head with Notre Dame played their two biggest games, week 1 and 2, and lost both of them. And unfortunately, in both those games, they like probably should have won, which sucks the
Yeah.
most for them. But like to not get either one of those games is so tough. But
I mean, the A&M game they really
yeah,
blew.
yeah,
I mean, Miami they got down early and it looked electric, and then they kind of came back. But I mean, that's part of the you're risking it with the freshman quarterback making his first start.
yeah,
Two biggest games are to start the year. Like it's a high risk there, and I get why they were ranked ahead going down the stretch. It's because they're hot, and
yeah,
you know, do I believe that they're a top 12 team in the country? Personally, yes, I do.
yeah,
But I am totally fine with setting the precedent that if you lose head to head and it's this close, that Miami should get in. No,
yeah,
I'm fine with that. I have no problem with it. It is kind of funny, like I do think the ACC as a whole will disband in like the next 5 years for football. It's just kind of coming to a head. Like there's Miami in is kind of carrying this conference right now,
yeah.
especially with Clemson's kind of downfall here. And I think there is valid points with how much money that Notre Dame makes them. I think ACC is just not profitable enough without Notre Dame to be a legitimate conference for years to come. I don't think anybody really respects this conference at all right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, and Notre Dame would be a natural fit in the ACC, obviously because of their affiliation in other sports, obviously basketball, soccer, a bunch of other sports they play in the ACC. The thing that makes it interesting for Notre Dame, and that I haven't heard a ton of people talk about, is they have a partnership with NBC. Every Notre Dame game is on NBC every week, and they have a TV rights deal with them. And that's a lot of what these conferences a lot of the money they make throughout the season are their media deals. And the ACC network has ACC games and ESPN has ACC games. So there's a lot of money that goes into how you restructure a conference and what programs you have in your conference and how that changes Notre Dame's deal with NBC and all this extra shit. So Notre Dame specifically is a weird case. And they've always sort of been like their own brand in college football that sort of just operates outside of everything. And it's always worked, but now it's starting to be like a detriment to them. And it's interesting because now we're starting to get into these discussions of like, are they forced now to join a conference? Is it in their best interest to play in a conference championship game in this last week where they can make this extra case? Where this year they're just sitting on their couch, fucking praying that that win over USC in September is enough to get them in. Like at the end
Yeah,
of the
and their
day,
schedule's way worse next year, man.
yeah, and this is the thing is you look at their schedule this year, and you said it. They make these schedules years in advance. So when people complain about, the strength of schedule being bad, You look at it, Arkansas, Boise State, Purdue, like some of these teams, you could convince yourself years ago, even USC, which ended up being a big game, you could have convinced yourself when you scheduled those games that those might have been big games. Like Boise's normally a better team than
Yeah,
this.
no, Boise is the only one you can make an argument for, though. Purdue hasn't been relevant, like even
Yeah,
like
but they're
decent in like 5 years. Arkansas has been like one of the worst programs in like the last
yeah,
10
they
years, if
they've
I'm
been
not mistaken.
really bad since they lost that what's
Yeah.
his face? Was it
Petrino.
Bielema? Well, yeah, him. But yeah, I mean, so they sort of have a struggle just organically through them not being affiliated to a conference, and I think at some point they might be forced to. I think the ACC is the natural fit, and you're not wrong. The ACC has been slowly crumbling as a football conference for years.
I don't think they're the fit for them, man. I think you.
Well, the Big Ten's the better like football culture fit, but they are an ACC team in other sports. Like it just makes more sense for that specific like institution to affiliate themselves with a conference. But I guess in this day and age, that shit doesn't matter anymore because you have
Not at all. I mean,
right.
football is just in a different dynamic of how much money it brings in, and they're so catered to, being independent. I think they would go for a partnership with a different conference over, ever joining the ACC,
Yeah.
especially, or just any conference in general. I've seen a little bit of talk that been talking with the SEC. That would be crazy
Oh,
weird. It should be the Big Ten if they're
it's got to
gonna
be the
partner
Big
with it.
Ten.
If they're
Like
gonna partner with a different
geographically,
conference, yeah.
like style of football, culture, like there's such a fit in the Big Ten. Like it would make so much sense. You get some like rivalries with them and some of the other teams near the South Bend area. Like I don't
Dude,
know.
I mean, Indiana, Notre Dame for
That's what I'm saying. Like you'd have that. Like
mm,
you'd have all these like Midwestern rivalries. Michigan Notre Dame was always a great game. Or Notre Dame Ohio State was always a great
mm.
game. We even saw that last year. Like they're a fit in the Big Ten. I think that's a conference that makes the most sense. But yeah, like you said, like I said, it's just a little bit more complicated when it's Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, they got to take a step back and realize that, though. I think they're above
They
everything. I
100%
think
do.
they're above college football
They
itself, which
100% do.
which you can think, but this would be for the betterment of them if they partner with the Big Ten and not make it like the whole way they're making a big deal about this is rubbing me the wrong way. And I think Marcus Freeman's a big part of their brand right now. Like they lose Freeman, which it seems he's the favorite to land the Giants job right
I
now.
saw
He's
that. He's like minus
minus
200.
two. Yep. If they lose Marcus Freeman, I think that's a huge loss because if you go revert back and make the wrong hire, then you're in a bad spot. And again, this was my point that to the Lane Kiffin thing last week that other jobs will open up. I know he's not the guy who would ever take the
Yeah,
Notre Dame job, but
he is like the worst like culture fit for Notre Dame.
but I mean, here we go. We're in the talks a week later of
Yeah,
a top three job in college football being open potentially.
yeah. Let's get into them opting out of their bowl game. And what was your reaction to that when you heard that news?
It's on brand.
Yeah,
I don't really have an issue with it though. I saw somebody come up with the idea that, any bowl games outside of the playoffs should just be the first game for next year, which I think is kind of a cool idea.
that's
Like,
interesting. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, with the amount of turnover with the transfer portal before these games, like you're looking at completely different, well, not completely, but like relatively different teams going into the bowl game anyway. So might as well just set that as the opener next year. I think that's not a bad idea. And I don't, no, nobody's really watching bowl games. So I don't, it's not like I feel a particular way about it. I just think it's more so how big of a deal Notre Dame's making this whole thing is the big deal. I don't really care about them opting out of the bowl game at all.
yeah, yeah. I do think now that we're in this, I mean, it's similar to college basketball when like a big program misses out on the tourney, they'll opt out of the NIT. That's been a thing for years, and that's I mean, it's never really been that big of an issue in college basketball. Nobody really bats an eye. And that's kind of where we're headed, obviously, with the playoff is everybody wants to get in the playoff. That's the big dance. And the bowl games are just kind of the NIT now. Like that's what it is. These are,
Yeah.
it's great to have a postseason game with your team, one last hurrah. Like the seniors get one last chance to get a win. And it's still fun, I'm sure, for those guys and for the coaching staff. But for these top programs that are, I mean, there's a lot of money in college football. Like desperately want titles, and titles can change their program for years and years and years, and build something that in a landscape where money is now becoming so much more king than it ever even was before.
Yeah.
Like these bowl
It's
games just don't move the needle.
not at all. And I mean, we're looking at expansion coming again. I think
Yeah.
it just shows that college football hasn't found the right formula for the playoff yet. I think we're going to see changes and tinkers pretty much every year. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this gets expanded again in the next year or so
Yeah.
at all, because if it just keeps feeling like there's always a scenario where a team that rightfully deserves it gets left out, or at least they feel like it. And it's just they haven't found the sweet spot with the system yet. Like it's weird that Ohio State, like I don't like the top four seeds with the buys right now. I preferred it last year
Yeah.
with the like it feels like conference championship games don't mean that much,
Okay, so
but it's very subjective with that too. They
yeah,
don't have, there's not a good system in place yet.
I saw a potential fix for that last bit you just said about the conference championships. I saw somebody on Twitter had a theory where the conference championship games are the first round of the playoff. Like the conference championship games that include, the top conferences and the teams that would be in the playoff. Those would be like the de facto first round, and it would be a 16 team playoff with 8 conferences included, which was kind of interesting. Obviously, there's a lot of other, nuances that you'd have to figure out, but they're going to have to be creative about how to make more games matter in this schedule now that, everybody's pining for the playoff. That's the end all be all now, and nothing else matters. So they have to make some of these other games matter. And I'm even interested because a lot of these bowl games obviously have these sponsors, and there's a lot of money, that these companies are putting forward to have these bowl games sponsored, and having big teams play in their bowl games is important to them. They have to find another way to make that matter too. Like that.
Yeah, sponsors should just be for rivalry. Like if you just change the sponsors to, having a rivalry game that they sponsor, I think that's an easy fucking fix right there. Like the Chick-fil-A Iron Bowl or something like that. Like that's
Yeah. Yeah.
the no-brainer fix because I mean that's never gonna go away.
Yeah, like the game, Michigan, Ohio
Yeah,
State, make that
yeah.
something. Yeah, I mean, it's just it
And
all.
surprising they haven't done that yet. There's so much money behind those. Like that's
Yeah,
really surprising that hasn't happened yet.
yeah, but it is interesting. So we'll have to see how they move forward with this. I agree with you. I think they're definitely going to expand to at least 16. I wouldn't be surprised if it even goes beyond that in the future. But let's make some predictions for the first round. Obviously, we talked about the first 4 buys. That leaves us with the 9-8 game between Alabama and Oklahoma, the 10-7 between Miami and Texas A&M, the 11-6 between Tulane and Ole Miss, which is another rematch, and the 12-5 JMU at Oregon going to Eugene. Let's start with Alabama, Oklahoma. Who you got in that one?
So rematch of a game that Oklahoma won this year. Mateer has looked pretty solid all year.
Hmm.
I still believe in Ty Simpson. They got their ass handed to them by Georgia. I didn't expect that to be that big of,
I didn't either.
a landslide. But I'm still gonna. I still have faith in Bama. Like I believe in their talent. I'm not a big Ryan Williams guy, but Bernard I love a lot. I think their running game's solid enough. But I think Ty Simpson's a really good quarterback, man. Honestly, like him better as a pro prospect than Mateer.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna believe that Bama can get this done against Oklahoma. Has been, you know, yeah, Oklahoma really hasn't had any fortune in the last.
No.
It's been a while, so I'm gonna ride with Bama here. I believe in them more.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have Bama in this one. I know it's at Oklahoma, which kind of makes this more interesting. But I think this bracket actually sets up for a Bama Georgia rematch. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to jump the wagon a little bit there, but to me it's just I love looking ahead in the bracket. Like I love the Indiana story. I that win over Ohio State was super impressive, but it does just kind of feel like in the playoffs sometimes, like Bama just turns it up another notch. And I would love the Mendoza story to continue, and I hope that that's the case. But to me, just first look at the bracket, that was my initial thought was just this reeks of a
I,
Bama
I
team.
think they got just as good of a chance as Bama if they end up playing. Like, nah,
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be like a repeat of the Oregon Ohio State second round
Mm,
matchup last year at all. I
mm.
think you're going to see, yeah, Indiana's good at controlling game pace, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like a lower scoring game, like 20-17. It's going to be real close. Now, I'd probably ride with Indiana, man. I just believe in Signetti, and I think
I
Surratt's a
love
fucking
Cignetti, dude.
yeah. I think Surratt's a stud at the outside. Like he's a matchup problem in college. He
Yeah,
might not completely translate to the pros, but like red zone, they have a weapon they can rely on. Really good RPO scheme that works in college well. So
yeah. And he's a holdover from that JMU team from Cignetti too.
yeah,
Let's go to the second matchup, the 10-7 Miami at Texas A&M. This one's really interesting and probably the one that I have like the least confidence in picking. At Texas A&M, who do you like in this one?
a lot of receiver talent in this game. So you got
Yeah.
Concepcion for Texas A&M. You got Tony, the freshman from Miami,
hmm
who's electric. He's one of my favorite watches. And it really, to me, comes down to who you get the better version of between Carson Beck and Marcel Reed. Like these guys are still, they're due for games where
Yeah.
they're a little bit erratic. And these are two programs who really haven't been known for fortune as well. Like, in Miami in a very long time and Texas A&M ever.
Right.
So who I would trust more, I just feel like Carson Beck and the Texas A&M environment there. I'm gonna ride with Texas A&M because they're the home team. But I wouldn't be shocked either way. I just kind of have a tough time believing that Beck's going to rise to the occasion in that environment.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Also, the media storm, if Miami gets boat raced in that game,
Yeah, true. I forget. Yeah,
it
that's
would
all.
be insane, dude. Those
Yeah.
Notre Dame fans would come out of everywhere.
And
Yeah,
Miami's the team that's always started off well and then kind of, they fade down the stretch and
yeah,
they kind of limp their way in here. So that would also
yeah.
be a reason. I mean, Texas A&M a little bit the same way. They lose to Texas a couple weeks ago, but
Yeah. Miami's a weird team because I was super confident in them. I also just kind of had them penciled in to win the ACC, which them having those two losses to Louisville and SMU kind of just like completely threw me off the scent for them,
yeah.
especially the way that Carson Beck played in those games. But yeah, I think I still think they're a good team. Texas A&M also has a lot of flaws. Like that South Carolina
Well,
game,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got down big.
they
Like they've been limping their way
They're
into
really
it.
fortunate to be in this playoff, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like if you look back at a lot of these games, like that Notre Dame game, they 100% could have lost. And that South Carolina game, they had a miracle to win that one. So I mean, these are two teams that are pretty like you don't know what you're gonna get week to week.
yeah, which is why it's a funny fucking matchup.
Yeah,
Again, the seating feels like just off a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. I mean, I, I think I think the Bama Oklahoma matchup is like money. I hate that it's a first round matchup. Like it just feels like you'd like to see both those teams in the next round, but. Yeah, I think I'd edge it Texas A&M here just because they're at home, and as you said, Carson Beck in like a big game atmosphere. I just feel like he's gonna shit his pants. Like I don't know. Let's go to Tulane at Ole Miss. This is a rematch from earlier in the season, and the first iteration of this game was not competitive. 45-10, Ole Miss win in Oxford. This one's gonna be at Ole Miss again. Does Tulane give them a better game here? No Lane Kiffin. Although the Tulane coach is also 1 foot out the door to Florida,
Yeah,
so
no, no fucking way. This is
Retzloff,
yeah,
you're not taking him?
no. That I don't like that two, you know, outside the Power Five teams got in here. I just don't feel like they
Who do
they
you think has a
compete.
better chance of the two group of five teams?
JMU, even though they have looked less impressive, but I'm not a huge Dante Moore guy. I just feel
Yeah.
like Ole Miss has a point to prove, and
Yeah.
they've already dominated this team. You have the clear talent advantage, and you have all the motivation in the world. It just sets up for them to get a nice warm up game going in the next round. I feel like
Yeah. I like I don't know which I think I actually like Tulane a bit more than I like
they're both
JMU.
very flawed. Like
Yeah. I don't think either of them really stand much of a chance. You'd think that one of the two might be interesting. And if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Tulane just because I think they've played more like higher level opponents throughout the year. Even like just like them playing Duke earlier in the season. I thought that was at least they had a higher level. I think they beat Duke earlier in the season. They got a higher level game on their schedule. JMU lost by a few scores to Louisville early in the year. They were competitive in that game though, but I mean, going to Eugene
Yeah, Louisville's defense is very, but like JMU's got a decent offense from what I've been able to. Defense is fucking bricks. But like, it's not that I have more confidence in JMU. It's that I have less confidence in
in
Oregon.
Oregon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Ole Miss is a better team than Oregon,
Mm.
and they're more like sturdy up front. So yeah, I mean, I think Ole Miss over Tulane is a no-brainer, and I'd love, I do the JMU offense is electric. Like Alonzo Barnett is fucking really good, and Wayne Knight's a stud. That running back,
Yeah.
like they have some pieces. I just they struggled a little bit with this with some of these teams in the Sun Belt. Like their offense did stall a bit in certain games, and they gave up some points in a lot of games. Like I watched the Old Dominion. Brody, obviously, my roommate was a JMU alum and was watching every game every week, so I got to see a lot of JMU this
Yeah,
year.
it's sick for him. Like that's the one thing it is sick for, just to see different teams get in. But
Yeah, Brody and
I,
Quill.
yeah, I don't know. Just like a 12 team playoff doesn't feel like the environment that you should have two of these teams get in. I feel like.
Yeah, yeah. You'd like to see them play like a more mid, like high major team, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
you don't want them just playing like the juggernauts right off the bat
Yeah,
because
just have a playing game at the fucking end of the day.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that,
I
I feel like
wouldn't hate
that's
that at all.
another no-brainer for college football.
Yeah, like am I, especially after all this buzz, like a Miami Notre Dame playing. Well, that's what. So that's the other thing is like, had Notre Dame been in the ACC and that conference breaking, a game or two differently, it could have been Miami Notre Dame ACC championship game, and we don't have any of these discussions, which is just another, reason why Notre Dame should be in a conference. But yeah, I just I don't have a ton of faith in either of these two group of five teams to really
But
compete.
it would be juicy if we get a semifinal of JMU versus Indiana.
I know,
Imagine that.
dude. Signetti against his old
Yeah,
school. Oh, that would be great.
that's a
But
storyline.
Bob Chesney, also the JMU coach, is 1 foot out the door. He's headed to UCLA. Which, as these like years go on, in the same way that it was for college basketball, like these coaches are going to continue taking big jobs until they fix the calendar in the season, which is just going to make all of these because all of the group of five coaches that are going to get picked off are going to be the group of five coaches who are getting their teams to positions to be in the playoff. Like those are the coaches that bigger schools are going to come after. So it's weird to see like both the Tulane coach and the JMU coach are both fucking gone after this. It's a weird dynamic, but here we are. Yeah, so that's our picks. I think we had the same pick for every single game in the first round. I'd imagine we'll have different picks going forward. But I'm excited for the playoff. It's going to be a lot of fun. And let's get into the NFL Week 14 slate. Really, really important week for playoff implications. We started off Thursday night with the Lions, who I don't think either of us picked in that Thursday night game against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I didn't. I regretted it. I kind of had a weird feeling going in, but yeah.
I thought it was a coin flip, but the Lions offense just I mean, they have games throughout the year. And in this Cowboys defense, maybe we were just a little bit too content with how they played previously in the previous few weeks, but they still have massive holes, man. Like you can get after this Cowboys defense. It's the reason why they've given up all these points in all these games throughout the season. And they got outscored by this Lions offense who, might be trending in the right direction. I'm still not super confident in Detroit moving forward, but they're looking like they could be a wild card team. What'd you see in this game?
Now, must-win game for the Lions. Cowboys, I still have faith in. The whole Pickens thing was kind of weird. His effort level.
Yeah.
CD goes down, but I think the Cowboys had a bunch of missed opportunities. I think they shot themselves in the leg too much early with just settling for three. But the Lions have, I mean, they're battle tested this year, man.
Yeah.
They've played a fucking tough
Their
schedule,
schedule's tough, dude. Yeah.
and they kind of control their destiny down the stretch a little bit, I would say, out of all the teams that are like in the hunt. Actually, no, Carolina's probably in the same boat. But
Mm.
the fact that the Lions have already beat Chicago, the you have to go into Chicago for the second game, but they boat raced them week two.
They destroyed them. Yeah.
If you win that game, I feel like that's your ticket in.
Yeah.
And they have the same foundation as last year. It's just the O line. It's week to week. What's the O line going to look like, and can they win outside? Because if they're in the dome, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, like every week on offense. And then there is a lot of injuries though, like the Brian Branch injury sucks. Their secondary is completely cooked.
Yep.
And it's like the opposite effect of last year, where it felt like their defensive front last year was cooked towards the end of the year, and the secondary still had a little bit of life with Joseph and Branch. I feel like it's the opposite way around now, and especially with like Terry on Arnold too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know the Lions win by two scores in this game, but out of both these teams, I probably have more faith in the Cowboys. Still, like if I was ranking teams right now, who I think's better, I still kind of lean Cowboys a little bit.
Yeah, it's just the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys. It's just they're running out of time, man. Like I I I think it might be too little, too late at this point. They have a pretty favorable schedule down the stretch here in their last four games, but they have to win out. Their only really tough game to go is the Chargers, which I mean, the Chargers last night, I know we'll get into that game and they showed some things defensively that I thought were really impressive, but the Chargers don't really impress me a ton at this point. So I think it's a winnable game for the Cowboys at home. And on the Lions, I'm looking at their schedule, I'm looking at the Bears schedule, and I'm looking at the Niners schedule. I I think the Lions have a real chance here. Obviously, this Rams game this weekend is massive for them. They go to
Yeah.
LA. That's going to be really tough. If you can if you can somehow squeak out, I mean the Rams can you can get after like the Panthers beat the Rams. Like they're not unbeatable. And the Lions have the potent offense that could potentially keep up with them. It's just
Yeah, I have no doubt about their offense. I think they're going to get completely cooked on the like
yeah.
this could be like the reverse of what this game was against the Cowboys. Like you lose 44 to 30. Like I wouldn't be shocked at that at all. I just don't think they have the personnel that the Rams can pretty much do whatever they want, and you know that's going to kind of be the game. Like if the Panthers game where they beat the Rams is just how much turnovers can affect the football game
Yeah.
to me. The last time the Rams have really been stifled on offense was against the Seahawks, and that's probably the only game this year where you could say that.
Special Seahawks. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. But then after that Rams game, it's Steelers at home, Vikings, and then that Bears game that we mentioned before. I think this is really doable for the Lions to jump the Bears, and I think the Bears, they have a tough bit of sledding here because they play the Packers again, they play the Niners on the road, and then they finish with the Lions. This is going to be a massive last 4 weeks for them. And this NFC wildcard race is really, really interesting. I think more interesting than the AFC because the teams in the AFC who are in the hunt for the wild card, you have the surging teams like the Texans, and I'd even say the Chargers now at 9-4. They're kind of, you know, getting a little bit more stability. And then you have sort of the falling teams with like the Colts and the Ravens and the Chiefs. In the NFC, you have three legitimate teams in the Niners, Bears, and Lions that I think all have, a real, real shot at those last two spots. Only two of those
yeah.
three can get in. So one good team is going to miss out. And if I had to put my money on, I think it might be the Bears, to be honest. Like that schedule sucks, man. They really got screwed with the way it all shook out that way.
Yeah, but you have your marquee games at home going down the stretch here for them.
Yeah,
Like and again, I think that's what it's gonna the Lions playoff chances are gonna come down to week 17 and if they can win outside because they have all their games in domes until
yeah.
then. So I mean if they take care of business, they might be, in position to be in by the time that game comes around, and then it's like win and get in for that last spot. Because I think the Packers are taking this division, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers, their schedule's not the
Yeah.
easiest down the stretch. We're going
Yeah,
2 Mile High this week and then at two Soldier Field the next week. So I mean, this could flip.
true.
It could
True.
quickly flip back to the Bears in a matter of weeks. Like I think that we'll get into that Packers game. I think the margins were razor thin in that one, and I said it a couple weeks ago. I think they're going to split. I think the Packers lose that Soldier
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. So
It's not that I don't believe in any of these teams. I think they're all good.
yeah,
I think the Niners are easily the weakest team out of this group. It's the Niners'
their
gift of the schedule
schedule.
this
Yeah,
year. Yeah,
I
it's
just
not
they
good. They're too hurt. They're not talented. Like their talent doesn't line up with the rest of these teams at all. To
yeah.
me,
It is wild. The Niners are sitting at 9-4. They play Titans, Colts now without Danny
Yeah, it's
Dimes,
cupcake as shit, bro.
Bears at home, and then Seahawks at home. Yeah, I mean,
I hope they lose those last 2 weeks and they fucking miss. It
I think even if they do, I don't think they will because they'd be 11-6. I think they still get in at that.
kind of feels like that's what's going to be the barometer to get in here, though, don't you think?
Yeah,
Like,
but would you say that the Lions get to 11? Because they're sitting at what 8-5?
yeah, no,
They'd have to go,
no,
I guess they'd have to go 3-1,
yeah,
which
which
they
is
could
doable.
do.
You gotta split the Bears and the
You got to
Rams game, and then I mean I think
then win
because you
the
get the
other two.
Steelers at home. If they were
Yeah,
on the road in Pittsburgh, I'd feel way differently about this. But you only have that one game outside, and if you can steal this game against the Rams this week,
yeah, this is
which
huge.
yeah, and they play the Rams well. They've kind of owned them the last 2 years. So
Yeah, I really don't think the Bears. I know I said that I think the Lions have a real shot, but the more I think about it, I think going to Soldier Field week 17 for the Lions, I think they'd rather have won that Rams game and not have to think about it because that matchup is not good for them.
yeah,
I know they fucking destroyed them in the beginning of
I think
September.
they can win out though. I think they can
Yeah.
win the next three and go into that game and still need to win that game to make it.
Yeah, I mean, depends on how this next couple weeks goes for the Bears, but yeah, I mean, it's it's going to be really interesting for those three NFC North teams. Like, there's a world where the Packers lose at Mile High this weekend, lose at Soldier Field, and all of a sudden it's like, holy fuck, could they miss out? Like, I don't think the Packers are completely out of the woods yet.
Yeah, nobody's out of the woods except the fucking. It feels like the Niners
The
fucking are.
Niners, which is insane, dude.
That's
Like they had
that.
Mac Jones for like 5 weeks, and they're just
Yeah,
like chilling at 9-4.
yeah. Who the Seahawks? Like beside, I know they have the Rams one more time. All right, they get the
They're
Colts
ten and
this.
three though.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking if
Seahawks are
they
good.
have a, I mean, you lose 2 games here and then you're in the. So if they lose the Rams week 16, then 17, who do they play?
They play the Rams at home though,
And then they
right?
play the yes, but then they play the Panthers on the road next. So I mean, not they want to be out of the realm of possibility. They go into
Yeah,
week 18 with 5 losses, and then it's on. And they play
yeah.
the Niners week 18. Like I know we're very impressed with the Seahawks. I am too. I'm just saying there's a bunch of possibilities here with how tight this is one of the tightest playoff races
Yeah, I love it,
in
dude. I
recent
like
memory.
this is the NFC this year is so much more interesting, like playoff wise to me, because I'm just getting a little bit tired of like the AFC shit. Like I feel like we've been talking about the same teams in like the same way in the AFC for a while. Obviously now with Danny Dimes going down, that just sort of increases everything we were talking about with the Colts downfall. But like the Steelers and the Ravens thing is just so like lame to me. It's just two like
It's so lame.
ass teams that like the Bengals. I had
The
so
Ravens should
much.
really be ashamed. I can't wait to get to that.
Let's move on to those two games because I think that Bills Bengals game and that Ravens Steelers games are sort of how I think those had the biggest implications on like a lot of the playoff field. So let's start with Bills Bengals and that snow game in Buffalo. Just an insane game. We were texting
Yeah,
during the game. The Bengals are up, what was it,
three.
30? What was the score at that
The
time? It was
28-25 when Burrow throws the pick six.
yeah. So the Bengals are up 10 points. Burrow throws a pick six.
No. They're up 10 points. The Bills go down and score, and then they're
Right,
at
right,
like
right. But
the
I'm just
Bills
set
40 up three.
yeah, but I'm just setting the stage from the beginning of this sequence
Yeah.
of like 4 minutes of football. So it's 28-18 with 8 minutes left. Bills go down and score. That's the Josh Allen like 40-yard run.
Yeah.
Bengals bring the ball down. Pick six. Burrow kind of throws like a push. He tries to like kind of lob one over a defensive end to a screen, and
Yeah,
he
and they're
kind of
moving
like
it before that too. Like
yeah, and
they've gotten like 25 yards on the drive. Like the game's cooked by this point. They're
yeah,
like they have this shit in the bag.
and it was not like he threw a clean ball and the DN just made like an insane play. It was a great play, but he kind of like pushed it and like short armed it, and the DN just picks it off, goes cribs it. All of a sudden, it's a 28-25 game. I feel like I blinked twice, and Burrows throws another pick where it gets deflected at the line. He's super unfortunate on that one. Deflected at the line, gets picked off. Bills go down and score again, and then the Bills get the ball back again, right?
No, the Bengals go down and score in like 30 seconds, and
Oh,
the
right, the
Bengals,
T. Higgins catch.
yeah, they scored before the 2 minute warning. They have one timeout, so they can stop the clock twice. They get the Bills to third and 15, and they let Allen scramble for 25 yards to ice the game.
Yeah, yeah, but just that sequence that from being up 28-18 to being down 34-28 in like 3 minutes of football ended their season.
Yeah, and it's on
Like,
Burrow. It can't happen. I thought the defense made enough. Like I told you, my concern for them was how the defense would look week to week, and I think they made enough plays in this game, like timely plays,
right.
that they should have won this game. Burrow, the first pick six, it's you're trying to get it over before the linebacker gets there, and you don't think about the risk of throwing it that soft and potentially
Right.
a D like the D lineman did him in on both of these picks.
Yeah,
And I mean, it just can't happen. You had the game so wrapped up, and I still think they're the best team in this division now.
they
Like
definitely are.
it,
I mean,
that more than made me feel like that. So it's even more disappointing that they dropped this game because if they win this game, they come in with the momentum, especially with Pittsburgh beating
yeah,
Baltimore. Like you have a chance to fucking throw the axe in Baltimore this week, then,
yeah,
right? Yeah, because they play this week, right?
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do. Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate. It's just and this was a game that if Burrow had played the full season, it just wouldn't matter. Like you would just look back and be like, it's tough. But the fact that he missed all those games and that they couldn't scrounge together one or two more, even one more win while he was out,
yeah.
it just the margins were so thin. And we talked about that even after that win over the Ravens last week. They just couldn't afford to lose this one, and now it's really improbable, especially with how easy the Steelers' schedule is. I can't believe that we're sitting here with the Steelers probably about to coast to the AFC North title.
Yeah. Hey, no, let's talk about the Steelers game now because I mean, this is the best Rodgers looked like being able
Yeah.
to maneuver the pocket by far,
I was gonna
at least for
say,
the first three quarters, and then they revert back to Steelers football where they
yeah.
played out to lose. Like I hated the way they ended the game. They should have fucking lost
Yeah, they
because
could well, they
they
couldn't run at
play
all.
pussy ass football
Yeah.
at the end of the game, bro. Like it's third and 10, and you're so obviously throwing short of the sticks
Yeah.
every fucking time, and it's incomplete. Give the Ravens the fucking grand chance to get it back, but the Ravens red zone offense is so horrid. Like
Yeah.
so horrid, man. They have,
Yeah.
and I know we can say like the likely catch they got robbed. They have no formula in the red zone, man.
No.
And especially if it's, your best offense is to have Lamar off script. Lamar off script right now, like scrambling and making plays is just not,
It's not the same.
yeah.
I wonder, do you think that he's 100% right now? Or do you think he's just not playing his best football?
I don't think he's 100%, but still, like I think if he's probably not been at 100% before, and it hasn't looked like
Yeah,
this.
it's just it's weird to me. Like you wouldn't expect him to make, especially the decision making. It feels like his decision making in the last few weeks specifically is really bad. And especially when he has the ball in his hands. Like he's putting a lot of balls on the turf in addition to some of the picks. Like it's just not the same. I don't have the same comfort level in Lamar that I've had in previous years, especially in the regular season. Like I
Yeah,
know he's had his horror moments in the playoffs, but these regular season divisional games, I'm just not used to seeing this side of him rear its head so early.
yeah, and like I'm not confident in them running the ball in the red zone. Like eh,
No.
I'm looking at Henry's stats right now, and like the counting stats like don't look bad.
Yeah, his
He's averaging 4.6 per carry. It does not feel like that. It feels like he's averaging three. Like
yeah.
I feel like see him get stuffed all the fucking time and never get ahead of steam. But at least in the red zone, like that's got to be true because they can't run the ball in the red zone, and then it's like, can we get bailed out by one of our tight ends? Because I mean, they have nobody on the outside who can fucking win in the red zone right now.
Yeah.
You saw the first couple of weeks, like Hopkins had a couple moments, and Devontae Walker had a couple games where he's getting busy in the end zone, but they have no red zone fucking formula at all. And it's killing
Yeah.
them. It's killed them the last two games, it's been fucking more evident than ever.
Yeah. I mean, I think also the way that like Mark Andrews just wasn't a factor in this one. He had been good the previous couple weeks, and you'd think that he'd be one of the red zone options.
Yeah,
Um,
I would have thought likely would have fucking stepped up and been this team's
yeah.
number one option by now. It's it's
Hit
very
the whole
disappointing from
thing.
him.
Yeah, the whole thing with Likely is weird to me. Like he's had weeks where it's just like you clearly see it. Like he has everything where you're like, okay, this is like a modern tight end, pass catching tight end where
The way he started off first week of last year,
yeah, and he's
that
had weeks this year. Like he's had big games even with Andrews in the lineup where he's been clearly the better guy and the guy that Lamar seems to be more comfortable going to in big spots. And he went to him here in this game too. Probably could have had the go-ahead touchdown. And I had no confidence in the Steelers going
yeah.
down and scoring after that. So that was a tough
Also, like
break.
where's Bateman been this year? Like
Yeah.
non-factor.
Yeah.
He was a difference maker. Like he had a lot of touchdowns for them last year. They just don't have a like Zay Flowers hasn't scored since week one. Like he's not
Yeah.
a red zone factor at all.
No. Yeah. And maybe that just comes down to some of the play calling down in the red zone. But yeah, it's just a lot more dysfunctional for Baltimore. And maybe also when we're talking about how well Rodgers played, also their defense hasn't been the same. And I think we had a lot of hope that the Baltimore defense would kind of return to form, and it was starting to look like they might, but it showed some cracks. Like Rodgers, you can't let Rodgers like get out of
Get
the
busy.
pocket, man. Like, dude, that's the first discount double check I've seen in like 6 years. Like,
Yeah,
like,
easily. And I love that. And like, no, that was cool to see.
yeah,
It feels like him and DK should be able to have, not maybe this kind of crazy game for DK like every week, but it feels like their chemistry should
be
be
better.
be like this most of the time. And it's just not. Yeah, that's my thing with the Steelers. You never know from week to week, and it can look so fucking anemic half the time. And every single time they are closing a game out, it's exact. They play not to lose. There's no fucking fire. And I don't know if that's more of like a Rodgers being a fucking stick thing, and they don't like want to put him in harm's way, but it kind of feels like the Steelers' way too with
Yeah,
Tomlin right now.
yeah, I agree.
And
And also,
I mean, it just makes me like be pissed off at the Ravens more than have any fucking confidence in the Steelers.
yeah. And do you know how many rush yards the Steelers had in this game? They had
Um,
34 rush yards.
yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. It's like Jalen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell aren't like the fucking formula
Yeah,
for
like,
getting busy on the ground.
they're just not a factor. So like it's a even with this version of Rodgers, it's a very one dimensional offense. And it's not a group that I have a ton of faith in, which kind of sucks because you'd like the playoff field to be filled with teams that at least are frisky. And I do think on their day the Steelers can be frisky because you do have, TJ Watt and Highsmith on the defensive side, but you have some players that, can come up with big moments. Even Ramsey has had huge moments this season. And if Rodgers and DK can get busy in one wild card game, then maybe they pull something off. It's just I just can't believe we're sitting here after the way we were talking about the Steelers team last week with them like probably being in the field. It's really tough. But
Brutal, man. Man, it's brutal. We gotta like sit through an AFC playoff game with that, so it's gonna be them versus like who's the probable five seed in the AFC right now? Why am I?
Chargers.
They're the five right now.
Yeah, I mean technically it'll probably be the Bills or the Pats. It like I
Okay,
would
yeah.
say Bills, but if the Bills beat the Pats this week, that division's not technically over yet. But yeah, it's gonna be the AFC East second place team, I'd assume. Because the Chargers have some tough games left. Let's go to the Sunday night game with the Chiefs and the Texans. This was a game where we both picked the Texans, but in the back of my head, I was still kind of like, I don't know. To me, it's still weird for me to come to terms with the fact that this Chiefs
Uh,
era like is
I
kind of
think I did after
crumbling.
they lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think you were more willing to like really accept it. I still kind of in like my heart of hearts thought the Chiefs would just come out and win this game and just like be right in the thick of it. But I mean, credit to D'Amico and that defense. The Texans really have a formula right now. Like this is a really impressive team, and I don't think anybody wants to play this team in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're my favorite right now.
They're so fun, man. And
And
like,
I'm coming around on the Jags too. We'll get to that, but
ooh,
yeah, I am. I just think they have a. I This is the best I've seen Trevor play in
yeah,
a minute.
he's been better.
So we'll get to that. But yeah, with the way the Texans, it's just the Chiefs cannot fucking convert on any timely play, man. It's
No.
it's like the complete opposite of last year, and the Rice drops have doomed them like the last couple of games. They can never hit the deep shot too, whether it's Mahomes is off because I feel like more of the time it's Mahomes overthrow.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tyquan had that in the breadbasket this game, and I mean the Texans knock it out. That they don't have explosive plays like they haven't had any since I feel like week 3 when Tyquan had kind of had a nice start to the year.
Yeah.
He was it's pretty ridiculous. They can't run the football for any explosive play. Like
No.
Kareem Hunt's a good short yardage back. I get that, but they have no dynamic on, in the
Yeah.
run game.
I have a question about that. On the run
Yeah,
game specifically. Are you surprised that they didn't try to get Brashard Smith going a little bit more throughout this season? Like it just felt like he was the only kind of different
yeah.
look they had, and they
I'm
never
surprised they didn't give him
really
the.
tried it.
Yeah, they don't run the ball with him. They only throw swing passes.
Yeah.
And I thought he was really good at SMU. Like SMU was talented as fuck last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have given him way more of a chance. Like we're fucking 13 games into the season.
Like Hunt and Pacheco just isn't a serious backfield at this point. Like
Yeah,
we
and
have enough evidence to know that.
it's not Sonic and Knuckles. You're giving it's
Yeah.
the same fucking type of back. I don't get why you wouldn't want to mix in more explosiveness, like actually in the ground game. I like pigeonholing Brashard Smith to being just a pass catcher. I think is really,
Yeah.
just not what's the word? Like it's looking over him as an option is kind of disrespectful. Like especially when you have a guy like Woody Marks who is known as a pass catching back. He's getting plenty of ground game work now.
Yeah.
RJ Harvey the same way. Like Brashard Smith, I feel like is in the same vein as an RJ Harvey, where it's like a guy who there's vision concerns, but the explosive factor is way more there than like the other guy there, Dobbins. Yeah, it's really disappointing, and it's like Kelsey. This was the most washed game from Kelsey you could have fucking ever
Yeah. The
envisioned.
drops, the drops were really like I know the
Yeah,
stat line for Mahomes looks awful. And
yeah,
he
it's
he has been a lot worse with the deep ball this season in general. But man, dude, his receivers did not fucking help him out at all in this one, man.
yeah, and it's like the one time that they did like the deep ball to Hollywood Brown. It's just completely he doesn't lead him
Yeah.
enough to the sideline. Like that's a tutty if that's in stride.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't convert on any play that they need to. And like Rice with the glass hands the last couple of weeks has been he's a very gadgety play. He's like more gadgety than Amon Ra is to me.
Yeah, I feel like he's been kind of thrust into like their like star wide receiver one role when probably he's not r really ready for that. Yeah, I think he's been explosive and he's been really good, especially right when he came back from suspension. He was electric, but he's just not reliable enough yet. And they just haven't had anyone like even Kelsey, man. I
Well, it's a bad look for him this game. Like it's over.
like that's all you like that's what you are now. Like you have to be the safe hands. Like that's who you are to this team now. And if you can't have, and if you don't have that, then yeah, this offense just like Mahomes is like he is their rush attack. And like as sad as that sounds, like his like 50 yards a game in the rush game are like their entire rush attack. And then if you can't get it going, if he's missing deep balls and they're dropping balls, in the middle of the field, then
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
This
not
game
a
doesn't make me feel any different about him or the season as a whole.
no.
Honestly, I just think it's everything around them's falling apart. Told you, I feel like they might like either Brett Veach or Reed. I feel like one of them's gone this offseason
Mm, that's
or should
interesting.
be. Yeah, if they ride it out, I think they're doing a disservice to Mahomes. I think you got to try to maximize everything he has in the tank. I mean, he's 31 now. It's fucking crazy. It feels like he
Yeah.
just joined the league yesterday. But I mean, he's 31. Like it is. I know for quarterbacks it lasts longer, but this shit doesn't last forever.
There's no
And
way they'd fire Andy, right?
I
There's
mean,
no
mutually part
way.
ways. Andy's up there in age, man.
Yeah, he could just retire.
Which yeah, I think he fucking should. This offense is so stale.
Yeah, it's interesting because the other thing is, are we officially ruling them out? I think
Yeah,
for me,
100%. Just
for
like
me, I
tiebreaker
am.
wise.
Yeah, like it would just be so hard, especially with the Texans, like them specifically being this loss. is so important because they are the team you're trying
They
to
don't have a
catch.
tiebreaker over fucking anybody. Like
No.
they're fucked. I mean, they play the Chargers at home this week. I
I
think
was
they
gonna
can.
say the Chargers collapsing might be their only chance.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree, and I think they can kind of boat race the Chargers this week just based on their offensive line. Like I think it's free smoke for the Chiefs D line, who seemed like they finally got active this week.
But that Eagles loss to the Chargers is really tough for the Chiefs. Like
Yeah,
that would have been massive for
I
them.
mean, I find it so impressive that the Chargers are 9-4 with this fucking
Yeah,
situation.
the fucking Jags too, man.
This should have been but the Chargers with the injuries, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
especially.
Chargers should have like I could have easily seen this season fall off the rails and they'd be like a under 500 team right now with the injuries they have. So like kudos to them. But yeah, also, how do you feel about? Do you agree with them going for both of those fourth downs in like the way their defense is playing? The Texans aren't moving the ball like an inch, especially the first fourth and one. Do you agree with them going for that?
It's tough. I mean, in this game, the way that their defense was playing, you might want to take the points at least in one of these instances. I do just think that like in this era of football that we're in, like teams in fourth and one are just gonna like they just have philosophies now where they're just gonna go. Like certain teams are just gonna go,
Yeah, there
and
should
they
be
and
an
they don't.
analytics for not testing your luck though. Like this team doesn't
Yeah.
have anything. None of these plays go right for them. Just fucking play the possession game, especially like the Texans' offense was fucking figured out by
Well, and
the
that's the
third
thing.
quarter.
That's the thing that when we talk about whether analytics say you should go for it or not, you shouldn't just like blatantly go with whatever it says. You should also consider game context.
I mean, that's what the game's become though. Like there's no
Yeah.
feel anymore. The teams are just fucking. They're going for it. Like it's no
Yeah.
question.
Well, that's what the Lions, I mean, dude,
Mhm.
Dan Campbell has been burned over and over and over again with that. Like he just rolls the dice every time without considering the context of the
Yeah.
game. And it's fucked him like countless times. So,
At
I
least
mean,
that's their identity though. Like, and they have the like as long as you have like kind of that same
yeah, being
main
consistent, I
guys of
guess.
those personnel. Like I don't mind them going for it. And that's his mantra. Same deal with like the Eagles a little bit, but like the Chiefs going for like you just have they have no formula for a fourth and one.
I was gonna say, especially they aren't good in short yard situations. Like they don't
Well,
have they
like
don't
Kareem
have like
Hunt willed them to that touchdown run. Like that shouldn't have even worked either.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean their most go-to play on fourth and one this year is like they come out and fucking like a two-back look and they'll run a trap from the fullback spot to Kareem Hunt. That's literally what they do
yeah,
fucking half the time.
yeah,
Yeah, it's sad shit, man.
yeah. It's tough. Yeah, I mean, I think they're done. It's just such a massive hill to climb now at 6-7. You'd have to win out, and you'd need a collapse. Like you'd need
Yeah.
one of the Texans, the Bills, or the Chargers to just completely collapse, or I guess the Jags. But with the schedules for those teams and the fact that some of those teams play each other, it doesn't really
Yeah,
seem
no, and the
feasible.
fact that I mean, we talk about the Chargers that they have to be the team that kind of collapses here. The
Yeah,
Chargers are 3-0 in the division.
yeah,
They started the year off 3-0 with three division wins. Like you're not going to beat their division record now.
no,
You already have two losses in the division. So they're 1-2 right now, so they still have the Raiders one game, Broncos and Chargers one game. So say the Chiefs win all of those, like they went out and they're 4-2 in the division, then the Chargers have to like if they're both 4-2 in the division, I don't know what the tiebreaker would be, but that's your only chance. Like if you
it'd be
have the tie,
conference. Wouldn't it be conference record at that point?
yeah, and then who the Chargers lost to in conference? They've lost to the Colts. I don't know if it's like common record in conference or just complete conference record, but I know the Chargers have lost to the Colts.
They don't have many AFC losses.
Yeah, I mean they lost to the
Dude, I
Giants.
think they might only have one conference
No, no,
loss.
they
I
lost to
think.
Jags. Lost to Jags. They have two,
Oh,
at
right,
least.
right, right.
They
The
lost to the
one, the
Colts.
one 2 weeks ago. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they lost to the Colts and the Jags, and then
That's it.
the Commanders. Yeah, so
Well, that's in the
uh,
NFC.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Colts, Jags, Commanders, Giants. So if they have lost two AFC games, like the Chiefs are still cooked. The Chiefs have lost fucking to more teams than like the 5-7 spots than
Yeah.
Chargers lost to AFC teams
I
overall.
mean,
So
in the
yeah,
last couple weeks, they've lost more to the.
yeah. No, you literally need the Chargers to lose out. That's your only
Yeah.
fucking hope, and I don't think that's happening.
No, no. I mean, yeah. I mean, the Chargers. I mean, their schedule's not easy though. The Chargers go to Arrowhead, they go to AT&T, then it's Texans, then 2 Mile High.
They
There's
still have
a
the Ra-
world.
they
There's
still
a
have the Raiders
world.
one game, right?
No.
Oh, so they're 4-0 in the division. Wait,
Yeah, they beat the Raiders
when did they play the Raiders the second time? I know they played them in.
2 weeks ago
Okay,
before
yeah. I mean,
before the
then it's
Birds game.
yeah. I mean, then it's already cooked. Like there's no fucking chance unless the Chargers lose that.
They
I was
have
gonna
to lose
say,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's literally it. So, I mean, it's not inconceivable given that schedule, but
It's
they're gonna
fucking
win one of
inconceivable.
those
Yeah,
games. Like they
yeah.
just are. And the Broncos might have nothing to play for in that week 17 game. So you might be going against like Jarrett Stidham. So yeah, I mean to me the Chiefs are done. That Chargers Eagles game, should we just get to it now? Should we just
Yeah.
pull the
Well,
Band-Aid off?
yeah, 100p.
Obviously, overtime loss for the Birds, 22-19. You get the worst game of Jalen Hurts' career. He throws 4 picks, fumbles. He throws a pick and fumbles on one play. Just not seeing the middle of the field at all. Sort of locking in on his first read and bailing on the play a lot of times throughout the game. The defense was awesome and forced 2 turnovers from the Chargers, but it just wasn't enough. Where do the Birds go from here, and what are, if any, what are some of the fixes?
You go under center, which I feel like it's a fucking broken
They had
record at this
every
point.
week, yeah.
But I mean, Saquon has 4 for 34 on the first drive, and they're running out of center every fucking time. I think it just gives this offensive line more cohesion, especially when they're this banged up and
Yeah.
it's easy. Like teams know that inside zone's coming on 1st and 10 out of shotgun, man.
Yep.
Like, can we switch it up? Can we have a more diverse run game where we're not running inside zone? Like there's different types of run plays, man. Like let's run some duo. Let's run counter. Let's run some sweeps. There's different types of. I think all the best run games around the league, you're seeing different variations of
Yep.
run schemes. And I mean, we have. You see a lot with the Bears now. They're running this pitch where it's an inside pitch. Can we be? It's not even being creative. It's just fucking copy what's around the league.
Yeah.
You guys have
Try things.
you guys have top 5 personnel at skill positions. Let's fucking try. And the offensive line isn't like a garbage offensive line. It's worse than last year, but it's not complete fucking
It's better
garbage.
than the Chargers.
Let's try some different shit, man. Like I don't get how teams can fucking see what's like teams watch film around the league, right? It's not that I don't think it's
Maybe
that hard
maybe
to
the Birds
fucking
don't.
it can't be that hard to install some of this shit. It really fucking can't. You guys practice like 3 hours a fucking day, man. Let's just watch film on other teams around the league and see how they operate, like the best offenses. And it's going to come down to more creativity. I'm telling you, it's not a fucking talent issue.
No.
Maybe you can argue that Hurts is a bad processor. Like, kudos. Make the run game fucking more creative. It's the most simple fix of all time and get under center more. Run more motion. I mean, these are simple fucking things, man. And it's like, why do we have why do Sirianni and the whole crew just feel a way about doing that? It shouldn't be something that is a hard fix or hard to adjust to. And, and then let's go into the route combinations now. Like there's more crossing patterns in this game, which I thought was great. I thought
Yeah.
Hurts threw no anticipation except one throw this game, and it's the 3rd and 15 to Devontae Smith across the middle.
Yeah.
The one time. And AJ Brown's got to be better too. Hurts played a terrible game, but AJ
Yeah, there
Brown
were
has
some drops for
three
sure.
plays in this game where it's the first play of the game. The deep ball, your
Yeah.
hands are on
That's
it.
that's 6.
Come down with it, especially with the way, like if you want to call for the ball more and say you have to be more involved, like, yeah, we all agree with that. But you cannot do that and then counteract that with, lack of running hard on the first play of the fucking game. Catch the fucking ball over the middle so that doesn't turn into an interception.
Right.
And then catch the fucking touchdown, man. Like that's the
In the
most in
back
the brain.
corner. Yeah.
You're a top 10 wide receiver in the league. Catch the fuck. It's hard to drop that football. It really is hard.
Yeah. That was a perfect throw.
Yeah.
That one to the back corner of the end zone.
And that
Perfect
that
throw.
that's gonna end the game right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brutal, man. And yeah, you're right. Like it hurts. Aikman called it out on the broadcast a
Yeah,
lot. Where
Aikman does not like Hurts, by the way, at
yeah,
all.
and I thought a couple of those times like it wasn't really there. But
Yeah,
stand in there. Yeah, I don't think he's throwing the got it when there's 2 linebackers around him as your check down. I
yeah,
think that was
yeah.
unfair.
He
But
was being a little harsh.
stand in there. Don't give the fucking play up right away. Like, I don't know. And it's completely right that he throws with no anticipation. Like, if you're going to have in breakers with a check down right there, it's going to be up to you to fucking dictate the linebacker's eyes and be able to throw across the middle. He can't. And, his inability to throw across the middle comes up a lot. And they ran this one concept. It was like a sail concept where I think it was either Goddard or Brown on the sail route. I was like, they got it towards the 50-yard line. They need to run more of that. Like, that's that same Super Bowl throw that Hurts put in there on the. He's better at throwing to this margins on the sideline than he is at fitting it
Yeah, he
across
is.
the middle. But you got to dial some of that shit up more. Like switch sail concepts, concepts where he can, layer that ball to the outside over a linebacker and in between a corner or safety. I think he'd have more success there. And again, if you could develop the run out of playing under center in the play action game, like modern offenses do in the fucking this day and age, then we can really see some
What,
success.
what modern NFL teams do. Yeah, what I thought was interesting was Sirianni talked all week about how he was, and even in the post game, about how he was sitting in the offense team meetings this week more than he normally does, and how, he tries to be connected to whatever part of the team's not working. So he was in the offensive meetings all week. But they don't come out and do things that are that different. I guess they tried more, as you said, they were trying to do a bit more in the passing game, but the run game was identical, and also they abandoned the run game in the second half. I think Saquon only had like 5 carries in the second half. So you basically completely abandoned the run game in the second half when the game was never it was never like a chase. You never really had to chase the Chargers in that game. Their offense was equally incompetent, if not more at times. And yeah, it felt like they were pushing new buttons, but they were all the wrong buttons. And it wasn't maximizing Hertz's talent, which is he's never been someone who's been elite throwing over the middle of the football field. He's never been somebody who's necessarily been able to, especially a Chargers team who plays such good zone defense, especially with their
Yeah.
backers and their safeties. Like that's their bread and butter. Why are you attacking that? Like why is that what the game plan is for this particular
But they
matchup?
ran one rollout concept the whole game and it was out of shotgun. And I think let's run some fucking boots.
Yeah.
Like,
Like it literally just comes down to
oh my
trying
Lord,
shit at the
dude.
end. Like
Yeah.
it's insane to say, but it genuinely just feels like they've run out of ideas.
Well, when you have one run concept that you run, that's one look and you don't motion out of it ever. You run it out of shot. Like it's very fucking easy to sit on that as a defense, and then they don't have multiple looks out of anything.
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's a brutal watch, dude. It really is. It's like a
Yeah.
fucking shame to see. It's
But I agree with what you said about what really needs to change in the offense is in the run game. And I think top priority going into next season should be bringing in a run designer in the offseason, somebody who is innovative in the run game, somebody like one of the coaches. I know Johnson's obviously gone, but there are people in the Chicago building who are working with him who know how to design run plays. Like,
bro, there's fucking high school kids who fucking played who know like if you understand blocking schemes, you can fucking
right.
dial up.
So here,
This it isn't impressive, man. You're running fucking inside zone, bro.
could Stoutland help more in the run design? I was wondering that earlier today.
I have no
Like,
idea,
just
man. It comes down to who has power at the end of the day, so who fucking
yeah,
knows? But
get him in the room, man.
holy
He's got to
fucking
have
shit.
something. Yeah, I don't know,
Like,
man, but
can we pull a guard ever? Like, holy fuck, bro. It's
yeah, but
static as fuck.
yeah, it was a really disheartening performance just because of how well the defense played in that game. Like you just got performances all across the defense too. It wasn't just I know the defensive front was great and you had the games from Jordan
Yeah,
Davis
and
and
the Chargers didn't capitalize on one of the fucking five
no,
turnovers.
not at all. And they turned it right back over
Like
on,
half the time.
yeah.
Like,
So I mean, yeah, and that was the thing is like there's there's never there was never a sense in that game that like you would think in a game where it goes that horribly that quickly that it would just get away from you. But that's the thing, it was always right there in front of them. And they if they ever were able to just flip the switch for more than two possessions, then they win that game. And like
Yeah.
they still have a chance at the
It's a
end.
testament to their talent because, dude, they don't run fucking anything impressive on offense. And the parallels to 2023 are just fucking insane. Like brutal Monday night loss to cap a 3 game losing streak off, and now you have a fucking quote unquote easy game now
And
against the Raiders. But
the line,
that feels like the Charger or the
the
Cardinals game
Cardinals
from
game,
yeah.
the line is the exact same. It was 11 and a half that year, and it's 11 and a half this year.
And you might be playing Kenny Pickett. Like this is just funny stuff, man. Like you can't script it any better. Just I don't think they win the division, dude. Not at all.
You think
No.
they
Bro, the vibes are so fucking terrible. And when it gets off the rails for this team, it gets off the rails. Like I don't trust anybody in the building to hone it in right now. I
I
don't.
think they win the division. It's too much for the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys,
Not really. Not
the
that.
Eagles would have to go. They would have to lose three out of their last four, probably.
You think that's fucking out of the
I
equation
don't think
for
it's
them
out of
right
the
now?
equation, but you play the Commanders twice, and
Yeah,
how
and
fucking dog shit.
you'll probably get good Marcus Mariota. Like, bro,
You think you lose two to the Commanders?
no, but I think you
You'd have to
lose.
lose. You'd have to lose either.
All right, the Cowboys went out there 10-6-1.
Yeah, if they win out. Do we? But I'm not. I think the thing is, I'm
I think
not
that
that sold on the Cowboys. Like I still think the Cowboys defense is kind of bad.
I do too, but dude, trust them worlds more than this team, dude.
Sure, sure.
So the Cowboys play the
But it's
Vikings
like a
this week.
Bengals. It's like a Bengals situation where it's too little, too late for me for them. If the Cowboys even at 7 wins, I'd be like,
Nah, I'm going through their schedule right now because I feel like I'd pick them in every fucking game going down the stretch here.
yeah,
Uh,
I know you would, but like,
yeah.
it's not going to shake out that way. I don't think.
All right, and I beg to fucking differ, dude. The Vikings, the Chargers, the Commanders, and the Giants. Yeah, I'm picking them to win every one of those games.
What's the tiebreak if the Birds are
Dude, the
oh
Eagles could
fuck,
win
dude,
two. The
they'd
Eagles
be
could win
10,
two
6, and
games.
1.
If the Eagles win 2 games, they split down the stretch, and the
Right.
Cowboys went out. Like the Cowboys win this division. And
I don't think the Cowboys went out. But yeah, I mean it's not the same thing we just spoke about with some of the other divisions. It's not off the table.
all right,
Which
so we're absolute that the Eagles are not winning in Buffalo. Like that's not fucking
yeah,
happening.
no, that's a
And then
loss.
we kind of feel strongly
And
that they're
one
gonna
of the two commanders
yeah.
is gonna be a
So
loss.
all right, so they're gonna be 2-2 down the stretch, and then any margin for error after that,
No,
which is uh,
I don't believe the Cowboys win out. But I mean,
uh,
like the Lions aren't like a great football team. And they got kind of blown out.
they're not, but that felt
It
more
was
must
tight.
win for as must win as it felt for the Cowboys. It felt more must win for
Yeah,
the Lions.
I don't know. I mean, it was. I think it was kind of equally like the Cowboys' margin for error is just a hair better than like the Bengals. Like
Yeah.
it's
Not when you're
really
dealing with this
thin.
dumpster fire above you. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if it is the full 2023, then fuck, everything's on the table. Like, I mean, even this weekend, who the fuck knows? But
bro, do you trust this team to move the ball against the Raiders? I don't.
no, but I trust Kenny Pickett to throw a couple picks.
Word. Yeah, I mean, Justin Herbert threw a couple picks in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, he threw
I'm
the
telling you,
one.
you can't run this static of an offense and win, especially down the stretch with the vibe. Like, no way. There's just no way.
Yeah. I mean, if they were to collapse in that way, it honestly might be better in the long run if they do.
100% get this
Because
shit over. I'm not trying to watch this team play a
yeah,
playoff game. Holy fuck no.
you'd be forced to make like I think if you make the playoffs and you have like a competitive like I think the Eagles are going to be in a game against basically anyone just because of the talent they have. If you go to the playoffs and you play a competitive game and you lose against a Chicago or a
Yeah, I mean, they're
San
going to be,
Fran
if they
or
win the
they'll
division, they'll end up being the three. No, I mean, they're kind of pigeonholed in the three right now. I don't think the NFC South winner is catching them.
yeah,
So we're going to be pigeonholed. The Seahawks or the Rams, we would say, would be the five. And then it's
and
going
then
to be like,
Niners or Bears.
oh my God, we lose to the banged up Niners. Holy fuck.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you could even like win that game. Like that's the thing about this NFC is like
The difference in
there's
coaching, no way.
yeah.
We get there. That team would smoke us right now.
But I
Nick's
think that
fun.
would be worst case because then it would kind of like trick the front office into thinking that this is something that can continue. But
I don't know. The noise is different in Philly. Like
yeah.
they would feel it after a wild card loss
Well,
too. I think it's
Patullo is good as gone. Like he will not be back with the team next year. That's confirmed. I think now it's a they need to identify someone that they want to bring in, and it has to be an outside hire. We've discussed that ad nauseum already. And B is Nick the guy. That's it. Is Nick the guy? And I think they're going to be confident enough in Nick still with like the body of work that they'll continue with him. But depending on how this season goes, that could change.
it's unbelievable. You can get a Joe Schmo off the streets to call better concepts than this. It's really fucking hard to believe. You don't have to know football that well, bro.
Bring in Bieniemy. Fuck it.
Bro, just watch some tape. Watch them all 22 and you'll see. I mean, this shit is high school. It's
Yeah.
so high school. That's what's fucking here. It's not even like I don't know.
I don't know anymore, man. I don't know if I
But
want to
no,
do it
seriously, it's not
anymore.
even like a kind of gadgety like RPO scheme in college. It's like the scheme is so cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Like let's dumb it down. Like these are NFL guys, bro.
Did you hear
It's
that's what
pro-
they said in Minnesota too? They said they had to dumb down the offense for JJ.
Go. I mean, their offense looked better
Special
than the Eagles
performance
has
this
to. Yeah,
weekend, by the way, from nine.
yeah,
He's back, by the way. Everybody tune in to
yeah.
nine for the rest of the year. He's special.
I mean, they did run. You know what they did? They tried some different looks and they tried some 12 and 13 personnel. They're running way more 2 and 3 tight ends than they have been all
Yeah.
fucking year.
They found
But
something in what's his face? Johnny Munt. Is he still
yeah,
there?
I
Yeah.
mean, let's try that. Like, I don't even know who the third tight end is on this
I know
team.
he's on
So
the Jags now, but I love Johnny Munt as a
yeah,
blocking tight end.
let's get Goddard, Calcaterra, and Richard Rodgers out there. Let's fucking get
But
under center.
Calcaterra can't block.
Fucking
That's
figure
the
it
other
out.
issue.
Figure it out, dog. Like,
No, I know, but
I'm
that's
telling you, it's better than what like this offensive line can't.
yeah.
It's just not working in inside zone out of the shotgun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd
I
be more
mean,
satisfied if we came out and ran inside zone out of fucking under center and we got 1 yard. It would feel better just knowing that we're actually under center.
yeah, doing something a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll continue to monitor this bird's
Uh,
downfall. Hopefully it's
yeah, the ticking
over.
time bomb that this season is like, yeah. What's next? What's next on the docket?
Let's just go to week 15 previews and picks. Last week I won 8-6. Season series is 100 to 91.
Oh, damn, you built that much of
I'm
a
getting
lead?
a little bit of a lead here, boys. I think
Uh,
like 3 weeks ago you had a little bit of a shocker, and that's kind of why I built it.
you guys hear these rig stats? Yeah, never happened.
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming back, and
Also,
I'm winning this
yeah,
shit down the
also I
stretch.
forgot to tell you that I've just been making up numbers the
Yeah.
whole season.
Yeah, it's the first time I've heard the leaderboard in fucking 6 weeks. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
because I was losing and now I'm winning. Let's start with Falcons at Bucks on Thursday Night Football. The Bucks are fucking when we're talking about teams that are in free fall, they're not completely in a free fall, but they do not look good lately.
Yeah, it's a good thing they get to play Raheem stare at the fucking scoreboard or monitor Morse. Perfect get right game. And I'd still kind of want to pick Raheem idiot Morse to win, but I just can't do it. I mean, the Falcons need to get. He should have been fired weeks ago. This is
Yeah.
bad. Give me the Bucks.
You know that Raheem Morris, I think it's like 33 and 56. He has, I think, the worst
Yeah,
record
do you know he used to
in
coach in
NFL
2009?
history. We're gonna find a way to get that bit into every episode. I think he has the worst record for a coach that's coached that many games in
Yeah,
NFL history. Like he might be the worst, like longest tenured coach in NFL history.
they're so fucked.
Like he's awful, man. Let's go to Ravens at Bengals. Bengals probably season over, but probably going to be coming into this really pissed off after
Yeah, just
last
give
week.
me the Bengals, dude. I can't pick the Ravens right now.
And the Ravens are a 2.5 point favorite, which I was
Yeah.
pretty surprised by in this
We
one.
got like a 5 week body of work with like this team looking bad with Lamar. So
Yeah, I kind of think they suck. I was really put off by that performance at home against Pittsburgh last week. I just think the Bengals are a lot better than them right now. But yeah, let's move on to Raiders at Eagles. This was the game that we were just talking about,
Yeah,
obviously.
so conditional again, like kind of like the thing you did with Herbert and Lance last week. If Kenny Pickett starts, the Raiders are winning this football game. I don't think Geno Smith is like able to win football games at this point of his career. I think he would take sacks until the Raiders have to lose. But if Pickett starts, it's going to be the ugliest Raiders win ever.
You're a pervert for that pick. You're an absolute sicko for that pick. This Raiders team is so fucking bad, man.
Yeah, they're garbage.
I
And
know, I know the
This Eagles
Eagles,
team is so high school.
it doesn't matter. Unionville
It,
High School is beating this Raiders team.
all right, I mean the Cardinals with Kyler Murray and Michael Carter. Like, it's the same fucking
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right.
and that's
But
pre Marv. Like what was the talent? Name a receiver on that team from
on
2 years
that
ago.
on that Cardinals team,
Yep.
that McBride's rookie year?
Who knows? Greg Dortch is probably wide receiver one. I mean, like, dude,
Special,
yeah.
special
That,
Greg Dortch.
that-
Yeah, no, I think this is gonna be ugly and it's gonna be much closer than it should be. But I think the Eagles win this
I mean, the
game.
only team the Eagles can beat right now that I could say confidently would be the Jonathan Gannon-led Cardinals because they, holy fuck, are they weird.
I don't know, dude. They suck, but I think Jacoby. I'm still such a Jacoby fan.
Yeah, Michael Wilson, league winner.
Michael Wilson is him. That
Like, it was better
duo,
than Marv.
that duo is feeding families
Yeah.
for the rest of the season. Let's go to Cards. That Jonathan Gannon Cards team against the Texans, who are probably, if not the hottest team in football, one of the hottest teams in football.
Yeah, I think this is a 24 to like 3 win.
Yeah, I mean the Cardinals are kind of just they were kind of just made to lose by 3 scores in the 425 slate.
I mean,
I'll
there's
say
no
that.
way Jonathan Gannon got hired as a coach. Like, the fuck are we doing, dude?
Yeah. Yeah, they're special bad right now.
It's
I'm
not
gonna
even like he was like a special defensive mind, bro. He had a great defense in front
yeah,
that had a lot of sacks.
he
Like
had so much talent. He brought his boy
he's
Sweat
a
over.
fucking he's a dweeb. He's like a nerd, dude. Fuck out of here.
Nerds are back, dude. You didn't hear? Chargers at Chiefs.
Yeah, I
Chiefs,
think kind of think the Chiefs like doused them by like 10.
they take care of business. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see also like Herbert. We didn't talk about this when we talked about the Eagles game. I think we talked a lot about the Eagles side of this, obviously. That was a really gutsy performance by Herbert. I like that offensive line is maybe one of the worst offensive lines in
Yeah.
NFL history.
I saw a tweet that said like when he gets sacked, he never just gets sacked by one person. He just gets dogpiled
Oh
on by like
yeah,
four
it's like
guys.
six. Yeah,
It's so true.
but his
Yeah.
running ability in that game, just extending drives and making something out of nothing, it was a super gutsy performance. But I think that he might be a little bit even more banged up going into this Chiefs
Yeah.
game.
And like, dude, that shit on his arm,
Yeah,
like
dude.
that fucking cut, that's
It
gotta
was like
fucking
it was
hurt,
like
bro.
huge. Yeah.
Especially hitting the fucking turf like every 2 seconds and
Yeah.
just aggravating, like that would fucking kill.
I think on the
Um,
like one of the first drives of the game, his arm hit it like hit himself and like his helmet in his hand a little bit and it fucked it up more. Yeah.
bro, I'm putting like 50 things of tape over that. I'm not playing around.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go Chiefs too at Arrowhead. I think they still believe they can get in the playoffs, and I just the Chargers did not impress me this past weekend. So I think the Chiefs' desperation wins out here. Let's go Bills at Pats. This game's gonna be really, really interesting and probably in the snow in New England.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm sold on the Bills at all. Still,
I'm
don't.
not, but are you 100% convinced the Pats win this division?
Yeah, like yeah, I'm like 99% confident in that.
I love this Pats team, but I think there's like the smallest chance that there's like a backdoor Bills last few weeks sneak in and win this
I think
division.
they'll probably get backdoored at some point in the playoffs. I just don't really. They're like Vrabel's the kind of guy that wouldn't let this happen at all.
Yeah.
And
Oh, he's such a perfect hire for them, man.
yeah, I mean, who could have dreamed that it would work out this well? Even Pats fans with the schedule
Yeah,
didn't
no.
think this was going to be what happened. But I just refuse to be sold on the Bills. I think Allen still has it, but I
That
hate.
defense sucks,
Yeah,
dude.
and this weapons group sucks. Besides James Cook, I mean, holy fuck, man. Dawson Knox getting like you had that. That's the thing with the Bengals defense again. Like, of course, they let Dawson Knox get busy, but there's no separators on the outside here. I think the
Dawson
Pats
Knox is
defense.
him.
Anytime the Bills have played a half decent defense, like they don't have a guy who can get separation. Like
No.
And I think you'll see.
Shakir would be the guy, but
He,
he,
he's just not. He's not him. Like,
yeah,
and you shouldn't expect him to be that. Uh,
right.
should have had a guy in here by now that could help out. But yeah, give me the Pats. I think you'll see a repeat of like the Texans game. You'll see a repeat of the Falcons game from earlier in the year, where it's so evident that the Bills don't have a guy who can separate, and that's going to be what costs them.
Even the Dolphins game. That
Yeah,
Dolphins
I
game,
mean
they
that
couldn't get
Dolphins game was
anything going.
that was on Josh a lot too. Josh had a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking weird plays in that game,
Yeah, he
but
had some bad mistakes. Oh, this one's tough for me. I like the Pats more as like a more balanced team, but there's just something about like the Bills chasing the Pats in the division that I kind of like in this matchup. So I'm gonna go Bills, just that we're on either side of it. And I think there's some frisky. It's weird to me that they're favored in this game though. That doesn't feel right. Let's go to Jets at Jags. The Jags, who we didn't probably talk about enough in this. You spoke a little bit about how Lawrence has been better the past few weeks, but that defense, man, it's similar to what we talked about with the Texans, where that's a winning formula that's going to be a constant for them. Like regardless of how Lawrence plays, he could have, one of those games where he's just sort of, 176 yards, touchdown and a pick, not really making an impact on the game. The running game's okay, not great. But this Jags defense
I mean the
is
running
never
game's been
strong.
great ever since they started getting back on this win streak again. I think when they lose, like ETN gets nothing going on the ground. When they win,
Yeah,
ETN has everything rolling. But Jacoby Myers,
he's
the
been big.
dynamic he's added to this offense, it's made everything flow. I think, yeah, I saw that there was a really cool call like on that Jacoby Myers touchdown this week on the cover three beater that the Jaguars ran. I mean, goes to show what an offensive mind can do for a team. And yeah, the
Lynn
Texans
Cohen
have,
special.
yeah, Devin Lloyd when he's in the lineup, they've been fucking dynamite this whole year. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna bend the knee finally. I do believe in this Jags team.
Let's go. We believe
Yeah, yeah.
Jags.
Also, though, like the Jets, we might have been a week early on them, like still being sneaky, like in games. If they make this game close, actually, no, Tyrod's out.
Dude,
Yeah,
Tyrod.
all right, yeah,
It's
never mind.
Brady Cook,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, yeah. Apologies, everybody. Yeah,
Immediately going
yeah,
back on
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's like a
Yeah.
fucking Tim Boyle
Yeah, dude.
situation.
Brady Cook is bad,
Yeah.
man. I had Tyrod. I'm in a consolation bracket for my one league, and I had Tyrod in a super flex. I just was streaming him, and I was like, he'll be fine against the Dolphins. Throws a pick, gets hurt, done. I was like, fuck, -2 points.
Dude, the Jets always have a guy like this fucking end up starting games late in the year. It's unbelievable. Like they never fail
Yeah,
with this.
they can't catch a break, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go Jags. I think they've absolutely blow the doors off of the Jets. And with this schedule for the Jags, they could keep climbing up this seed list for the AFC. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
But
they still have Tennessee one time too, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
so
jeez.
we'll see how it ends up for them. Let's go Commies at Giants. This one's gonna be a little bit of grease fest. Jackson Dart, healthy and playing against, is it gonna be Mariota? Because
I hope it. I think Mariota's.
Daniels,
I,
like,
I
what
think
are they gonna do to
I
us, man?
trust Mariota more at this point. I think this shit's a wash for Daniels this year.
I don't really know why they brought him back last week, but
I think they think he needs reps, which I kind of don't argue with at this point.
yeah.
Like he has not looked good. They,
And he hasn't played a ton of football.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I also think it's crazy how like coaches don't figure out rookie quarterbacks until like a year later. Like
yeah, takes him a
I
full
don't I
season.
don't get how it takes that long to like get that much tape on a guy. Yeah, that just feels odd to me. It feels like that could be something you figure out like 4 weeks in, like what works, what doesn't. But still, if Mariota's out there, I'm going commies. If it's Daniels, I think I go Giants.
So you got a conditional if Mariota
Yeah,
commies. All right. I'm gonna go Giants. I think the Commanders looked really, really bad last week. I thought that was a good spot for them, especially with Jaden Daniels back against the Minnesota team who was a little bit in flux and like the JJ of it all, but I was impressed by Minnesota. I'm not gonna lie. Like not because of the matchup, but because of like everything that they've dealt with and them just having like a very like competent performance. I
the,
thought they needed that. Like they
the,
needed just like a steady game.
yeah. The commies are just not a steady team from week to week.
No, they fluctuate so
But
much.
I mean, my money's not on the Giants. The Giants have to show me that they can win a football game.
Yeah.
They just don't win. I mean, they feel like they're in most games, but
And do they want to win at this point?
No, but also like comes into the Jet science that we picked them last week, where we're like they always fuck their draft pick
Ruin
up
their
at the end of the
shit.
year. That's the
Yeah.
same deal with the Giants. I don't want to go down that road where I'm picking a game based off of that again because they burned me last week.
Just off of, yeah, like
Yeah,
bullshit vibes.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I just think Dart might have enough in this one. Let's go Browns at Bears.
Gotta give me the Bears. We didn't talk about Shadver at all. Wow.
Yeah. That game was fun.
Yeah, I think he's obviously the best option they have.
Oh yeah.
Like
Ew, dude, did you see Dylan Gabriel's what is
girlfriend,
his
yeah.
fiance on
Like
TikTok?
she can't be fucking serious, dude.
Dude, what are we doing, man?
Yeah,
Also, Dylan Gabriel.
that only hurts him. That can't be approved by him. That going on.
Yeah,
Like holy fuck, dude.
of
Just be
course not.
smart. People have to be smart. It's unbelievable. I don't get how the players let their fucking family members like. I know she's his fiance, but like Rome, like letting his dad, like, why are you letting your family member even tweet this bullshit?
Dude, that I mean, that's been like,
Like if I'm a player in the NFL and buying
bro,
you a house,
your guy is
I'm
the
banning you from
biggest.
electronics though. Like we're
Your
doing the
guy's the
reverse parent
biggest.
thing.
Your guy's the biggest detrimental dad in all of sports. T.
T. Higgins?
No, T. Morant.
Oh, my guy.
Your guy T, bro.
Let's take it easy.
Come on. I think Christian Watson's brother goes crazy on Twitter all the time, or maybe it's his dad. I forget. One of his family members goes crazy on Twitter, and he especially now that he's cooking. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bears in this one. I love the way Shadur's been playing, and it's the perfect storm for the Browns where he's been good enough to show that like there's something there. Plus, they're still losing, and we'll get a good draft pick, which I think is best case for them.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, he has one flaw and it's dropping back way too far in the pocket sometimes.
yeah,
Like, work on that. And I feel like that's kind of like it's not a complete parallel to like the Caleb Williams issue last year. It was more of like holding on to the ball too long. But
it's
like,
similar though.
yeah,
Yeah,
Shedeur like legit just drops back too far though. He holds on to the ball, but he drops back to it like
Love
it's
does
fucking
that
magic.
sometimes.
But yeah, I mean, if he can fix that, he throws a good ball. And I mean, it's not like the weapons group here is anything crazy, but him and Fannin are getting a
Dude, I
good.
love
Uh,
Fannin.
I, I I think there's enough where I feel good about like barring anything drastic
Quinchon,
happening these
Quinchon too.
last. Yeah, how about him in the 2 point conversion? Like, holy fuck, man.
Not having Shadur on the field for that.
Yeah, and running that play
What are we doing?
and running
What
that
are we
fucking play.
doing? Is
Like,
that a
just
tank job? Is that a tank job?
it can't be because Stefanski. It's not like he wants to lose
Yeah,
his
that's true.
job,
He's
right?
not like
I mean,
a
he's that's just like coaching the loser job. It's fucking unbelievable. Why? And also, I mean, that's to the analytics point that we brought up earlier too. Like, why are you going for the first 2 point conversion anyway?
I
Fucking
think
dumb as shit.
I think Barry would lose his job before Stefanski would.
No fucking way. Not at this point.
You don't
This,
think so? You think they're in too deep?
yeah, they're either losing their job at the same time or like Stefanski's going first. Like, fuck no. It,
Dude, Barry is has not done a great job.
I don't
I
think
think
it's
they're equally they're like dude, the Deshaun Watson thing alone is like giving that man to hundreds of millions of guaranteed money.
yeah, I mean, as much as a shit as he was, I mean, who could have thought that he would lose ability like that? There's no,
But it's not even the ability. It's like what he hadn't played football in years and he had legal concerns like
what was it, like 2 years? I just don't, I didn't expect him to fall off a cliff like that. Like, he came back
yeah.
throwing with the fucking crow hop, dude. Like, that's only
Yeah,
shit that would happen to
his
Browns.
downfall was like unreal, like
Bro, he's like,
unprecedented. Yeah.
when he was in Houston, he was a very
Oh
good
yeah, he was
quarterback.
elite.
And then this motherfucker comes back like he's throwing off the fucking the rubber on the mound. Like I couldn't believe I still have the vision of him crow hopping against the Steelers in my head. I've never seen anything like the
Yeah.
brother was and throws like a football that goes like 2 miles per hour. It's unbelievable. I can't believe he lost ability that much.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
actual devil magic.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably both gone, but yeah, I don't know. It is promising though. There are pieces there that I like, and obviously you have Miles Garrett, so the defense will always be good. Panthers at Saints. The Panthers, man, 7-6. They're
Yeah.
alive in that fucking division, man. They could win that division.
Yeah, they got to handle business though. They lost to this team earlier in the year, and I
And the
mean,
Saints are frisky.
Shuck doesn't look like a complete scrub. Like
Oh, he's good,
he's
or he's
showing
solid.
flashes. He's showing flashes. Like you see what was there that made him. Like he still has the boneheaded plays. Like the pick in this game was the miscommunication. I mean, he threw it
Right.
to nobody was in the vicinity, but I mean, I didn't think he had that in his bag where he's escaping the pocket like that multiple times. I mean, it's a good sign for the Saints. I think Kellen Moore, like, he's the right kind of guy that you would hire as an
Yeah.
offensive mind.
Hmm.
They are just lacking in so many spots still defensively where I feel like it's an uphill battle for them, and you don't really know what you're going to get week to week. But same, I mean, the Panthers are a better version of you don't know what you're going to get week to week. So I'm picking the Panthers, but like I'm scared.
Yeah.
Like they might blow
This is
this.
this is 100% a letdown spot for them, and with the added pressure of them being alive in this division, it really feels like a letdown spot for
Yeah,
them.
and it's also like it's not a must-win game at all because you still play the Bucks twice.
Right.
That's what it's ultimately going to come down to. And they're also the type of team where it's hard to see them be 2 games over 500 in my eyes. Like,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I'm still
in
taking
New
them.
Orleans.
Yeah, all things considered, I'm still taking them because it's. I mean, the Saints sweeping them would be fucking nutty. But
Yeah, I mean the Panthers are the better team, and there's like more to go by with them. There's something about the Panthers being in this division race. It feels like the Bucks are gonna like limp into the playoffs.
not to me, man. To me,
You
it
don't
feels like
think?
like when Baker gets hurt throughout it, and he's obviously hurt right now.
Yeah,
It's like the offense just can't. They look nothing like they did earlier in the year, and the defense is suspect. And I think Bowles has always been kind of a little bit of a suspect as a coach, and it doesn't get talked about
yeah.
him enough. I'm would put money on the Panthers to win the division right now, personally. But
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't hate that. So the Bucks have the rest of the way the Bucks have Atlanta at Carolina, at Miami, then home Carolina. So I mean those two games are really what's going to decide this division.
yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm gonna go Panthers. I think this is gonna be a really nervy game, but I don't see the Saints playing like back to back big
yeah.
games.
The Panthers do have to take care of business in this game though, because they play the
Yeah,
Seahawks still in Seattle. I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
yeah. They go there. I think 2 weeks, or they might be. It might be home against the Seahawks.
No, I think they go to Seattle
Oh, then that's schedule that as a
week
loss.
17. Is
Yeah, I don't
that-
like that. I don't like that one bit.
No, no,
No, they're
the
home.
Seahawks, yeah, Seahawks go to
Yeah, they're home. It's December 28th.
yeah.
Still, I don't love that. But yeah, so let's go Lions at Rams. This one's going to be really interesting. The Lions have a lot to play for in this one. The Rams cling onto the NFC West lead with the Seahawks at 10-3 as well. Who do you got in this one?
The Rams, I just trust the Rams.
Yeah.
The Rams are to me the favorite right now still.
Have we picked every same game? Oh no, we've had a couple different ones. Yeah,
Yeah, and I have a couple conditional that could swing it too.
yeah, yeah. I got the Rams in this one too. I'm still not sold on the Lions defense. I think they have a lot of cracks, especially in the secondary. We talked about Terrion Arnold. Brian Branch goes down in that last game. They're really banged up, and I think this Rams offense is just going to be able to get after them. But I mean, the Lions offense looks a lot better, but I don't think they have enough against a team like this, and it could be a really impactful loss for the Lions if they do go down here. Let's go Colts at Seahawks. Philip Rivers, we didn't
It's really
mention.
criminal. Yeah, it's criminal for the Colts to throw him out and 44 years old, hasn't played in five
There's
years
no
against
way.
the Seahawks in Seattle. Like that's fucking bullshit, bro.
There's no way he starts the game though,
Uh,
right?
uh, yes, there is because they don't want to fucking. I don't think Leonard's gonna suit up. So I don't think. I think they feel
Don't
better.
they have another QB on roster?
Ripien, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck.
I mean, I get like I would feel better about Rivers too, and I throw him out there if it's any. You throwing a 44 out of here in the line of fire against the Seahawks in
It's
Seattle
actually
with this
like
defense, like that's criminal, bro.
he might die, dude.
I get it. Very unfortunate that like your season played out like this, but like it's fucking bullshit to let him go out that's fucking. I hate it. I hate it
Well,
completely.
and he'll play like that might be the only game he play. He's almost confirmed to get hurt if he plays
Yeah,
again.
what the fuck are they doing?
Could you not just pick up like somebody off of where's Josh Johnson?
To
He's got to be
get Kurt
somewhere.
bent Kurt at this like Kurt bent Kurt. Like
Oh fuck.
just let him get fucking
Oh,
ripped to shreds here. Like
I hate him, dude.
go Skylar Thompson so he can get his head ripped off in like a
Ooh,
game.
that could
Like
be.
I mean like
Where's Mike White? Is Mike White out
yeah,
there?
there's better options for somebody to just get their be a
Sam
deer in
Hartman?
headlights than fucking Philip Rivers to thrust in the spotlight 4 years since he's played a game. It's complete BS by the Colts. And I
Well,
mean,
it's also funny that Philip Rivers was like willing to do this. Like he has
yeah,
like 10 kids and
I
is
mean, I guess you
44.
can give him some. Yeah, I mean, he probably just was so shocked that he got the call. Like he's like, fuck
Yeah.
it, whatever. But I mean, bro, he might be on a fucking hospital bed for the next 5 years. This is
Yeah. Well, there's also something weird with the Rivers thing where so he coaches his one also, I think his one son's older than Riley Leonard, which is
yeah, he
fucking
is.
hilarious. But he coaches his high school son's football team, and apparently he runs the Colts offense for the high school team. So there's a weird part where like maybe the whole time he's been like kind of waiting in the ranks for
But I
like a
mean, he wasn't
call.
even playing with Steichen when he fucking retired. I mean, he was
Yeah.
under Reich, which
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
he
that's.
was just trying to get like a coaching gig or something.
I mean,
But
I
yeah,
guess they come from a similar tree, but still, like, he's 44 years fucking old, man.
I hope
Like,
I for his sake, for his well-being, I hope that Rippon just plays and
me too, because it's hard to imagine this going any better than the fucking Max Brosmer game. It's probably gonna go fucking worse.
how many points does Seahawks defense get on fantasy this week? 40?
Eh, um, dude, I can't believe they're doing this. Like,
Well, the other thing is they're just gonna run the ball every play.
uh, still, then just put Tyler Warren under fucking center and run like
They
Agony
should do that.
Wildcat, which I think gives you a better game plan to
They
win. Like
should do
that.
that. That's what the Saints used to do with this
Again,
year.
it's the thing where teams haven't seen it on tape and they bug out. Like you
Yeah.
have a better shot of doing that than having a
Well,
stick figure in the
yeah,
pocket who hasn't played in 4 years.
yeah, because that way at least you get like a because they'd figure it out in like a quarter or a half. But
Yeah,
like for that half, it would be like kind of cinema.
exactly. And you have Jonathan Taylor back there too. Like it's not a bad Wildcat mate to have back there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just that alone, to just play like rugby and just like try to fucking
Yeah,
win it
muck the
that way.
game up.
Yeah,
You objectively to me, you have a better shot of winning this game than doing whatever the fuck that they are with Rivers.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's so sad for him. But yeah, we're both gonna go Seahawks. Let's go. Packers going to Mile High against the Broncos. 2.5 point favorite
I'm just kind of sold
at the
again.
Broncos.
I'm done like not going with these teams who just prove to win the games in the regular season. So I'm going with the Broncos and
Yeah.
kind of same deal with the Pats. I just the formula has worked, and I do think the Packers are a great team, but this is a top three environment to play in, and the Broncos defense is very good, even though it has looked a little bit like they look suspect against the commies a little bit still, but I kind of just trust Knicks as a winner in the regular season. I think I'm there.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. A lot of these teams, like we talked about with the Bears, like we need to start just like giving them credit for getting these games over the line. The other thing is the Packers have been effective thanks in large part to a lot of these explosive plays with Watson back in the mix. The Broncos don't give up explosive plays. You're not going to beat them with like a
Yeah,
60-yard slant.
you're gonna. The only way you're getting explosive plays is to Riley Moss PI down the field.
Yeah. So this is to me this is textbook low scoring grease fest. The Packers defense has been awesome lately too, and I think that Bo Nix is going to really struggle on the other side of this.
I don't think he will, man. He's
Dialed.
He's pretty dialed at home.
Yeah, you don't think like Micah and that pass rush getting after him a little bit? You don't think?
Yeah, I think it will be a factor. I don't know. I think he'll have like a stat line that's not,
No, I don't think he'll have like a shocker.
me neither. I'm just saying, like I think the stat line will look objectively like good compared to every other quarterback who's played the Packers this year. Like it'll be upper echelon.
Yeah, I mean their offensive line's pretty good, and also he likes to win underneath Bo Nix, and I think the Packers defense they play to give up some stuff underneath, and I think if they lose the time of possession and allow some of the underneath stuff, and then if RJ Harvey gets going, it could be ugly, but that's not gonna happen. Ew. I'm gonna go Packers here
Fuck
because
yeah! No, I'm happy you finally like.
because I'm biased as fuck, and I want to fucking win this game. So fuck everyone else.
No, you kind of been
Um,
a Nickelodelphian with them all year. Like I
I
am with
have
the Eagles
because
right now.
I have mostly because I didn't have faith in LaFleur to open up this offense, but the last few weeks, especially with Watson and Reed coming back in the mix, you're starting to see some of the things that he can do with some of his play design, and it's gotten much more interesting offensively the last few weeks. The run game also has gotten better. But
Yeah, and you're getting 2 years ago Love down the stretch. Like he's putting together
yeah,
like
he's
a
he's
torrid stretch right now.
he
He's
is
looking really good.
he is the best EPA per play in the NFL. I honestly I do think that he should get more of a shout. I don't think he should be MVP, but I think he should get like a shout for like third
Yeah,
place
I
or
mean, ever
something.
since the Giants game, I felt yeah.
Yeah,
The Giants game was before the Eagles or after the Eagles game, right?
before. Oh, after, yeah. At the Giants
Yeah,
win was
I mean,
after.
I feel it's like ever
Yeah.
since the Giants game, he's been fucking on point every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the offense looks a lot better, and we'll see. It's going to be an awesome game. And if they win it, I think that that might seal the division hopefully for us and make that game in Chicago less impactful. Let's go Titans at Niners. Cam Ward's looked a lot better lately, but this is a really tough spot at Levi.
Yeah, I mean, that felt like the Titans' first real win, and
Yeah.
I mean, at least more real than the Cardinals. When the Cardinals win, it's still the fakest win I've ever seen in the NFL
I can't.
ever.
I had the Cardinals in Survivor pool that week, and I still can't believe they fucking lost that game.
Yeah, I mean, they had to do 20 things wrong, like on purpose, and
Tyler
they
fumbled it off his fucking face. Like, like what the fuck,
it,
man?
Gannon should have been gone after that.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, no, give me Niners. It's just it's a talent difference, and it's crazy saying that with the Niners how banged up they are. But I mean, the Titans are so bad, man.
Their offensive line is
Like the
atrocious.
Titans scored 31 points, and it's like we
Tony Pollard.
Cam Ward didn't do one thing impressive. Yeah,
Yeah. Tony Pollard, that run was pretty impressive.
yeah, throwback for him.
That's your boy. Let's go Vikings at Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Kind of a greasy Sunday Night Football game. Can the Vikings make this one more interesting than we think?
Maybe it feels like every game that the Vikings, McCarthy finds some sort of success and they start hot, and then
The
it's
next one's
no, like in
oh
terms of the
in the
game,
game.
they start hot, and McCarthy has like an 8 for 8 start, and then he ends up finishing with like 160 yards. So it may be like that. I'm taking the Cowboys. I told you I feel pretty good about them as a team, and just don't trust the Vikings to put it together 2 weeks in a row, even though I don't think it's like a blow up JJ game by any chance. I just don't think he has the ceiling yet where he can even like surpass 220
No.
yards. And I kind of feel like that's how you have to beat this Cowboys team is through the air against this, secondary that fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he'll be solid. It really will come down to what they get out of Mason and Jones in the run game. Yeah, I just think the Cowboys need it, and the Vikings going on the road, and I don't trust JJ to even in this matchup. I think he'll probably throw at least one pick. But
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if he sits in there too long, like the Cowboys do have the guys now with Quinn and Williams to get home. Like it
yeah,
feels like the game that they would,
Overshown's been
generate
great too.
pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna go Cowboys there, and I don't think it'll be too close. Let's go Dolphins at Steelers. The 6-7 Dolphins, man.
Yeah, this is like
Fuck.
this might be the toughest game of the week for me to pick.
Yeah, because they both suck.
I think I feel better
Is
about the Dolphins like formula right now because it's just like they don't
is
even put Tua in
is
harm's way
Achane gonna
anymore.
play though?
Yeah, I feel pretty confident that it'll play.
Okay. Well, if you say it, ew.
I like the Dolphins formula better though, like I said.
Mhm.
But in the back of my mind, like this is the vibes thing with the Steelers, like so easy to see them rattle off two straight and get to 8-6 and like Tom when they feel comfortable again. Like it's
Yeah.
so classic Steelers. That's why this game's really tough for me to pick. But I'll go with like who I actually think is the better team, which I think is the Dolphins. But again, they have to
Let's
battle some
go.
demons and win
Fuck.
outside
This
in a
was gonna
cold
be my
game.
pick.
The Dolphins have to win an outside game. Like that's something they have to prove. Yeah, I trust the Dolphins formula more, but there's so many like outside factors where I'm like I feel like the Steelers may win. And if you're going Dolphins, I'll just
No,
take
no,
the
go with your
Steelers.
heart.
No, I'm going. Yeah, we need to have
Fuck.
something. We don't have enough different in this game.
Fuck, dude.
And I've also taken every home team.
In
Now that I'm
Pittsburgh.
except for the commies if Mariota plays, but give me the Steelers.
Yeah. Is the Dolphins making like sneaking in the back door of the playoffs? Would that be the funniest possible outcome of the season?
They like don't have a shot though. Even if they win out, like they're still
They'd be
fucking
10 and
done.
7.
Yeah, but it's like I think they have like worse tiebreaker situations than the Chiefs, kind of.
Yeah, what would be their deal if it was them and the Texans in a tiebreaker?
They didn't play the Texans, but I mean, I know the Dolphins have lost head to head to the Chargers. Have lost to the
They've
Bills
lost a
once.
few divisional games too.
Yeah, have they lost to the Jets? No, they
They
beat the
lost to the
Jets.
Pats.
Lost to the Jets both times. Yeah, I kind of forget the Pats game, and then who else did they lost to in the
Swept the
I,
Jets,
also the
uh,
Ravens.
split the Bills.
They lost to the Ravens.
Wait,
They lost to the Browns. I mean, they've lost so many conference
are
games,
they
man.
3-2 in their division?
No, I mean they swept the Jets and beat the yeah, they're 3-2.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, but I mean they've lost to like the whole AFC North,
Yeah.
I think, right? Did
Yeah.
they lose to the Bengals? Have they played the Bengals yet?
No, they play the Bengals in 2 weeks.
Okay. I mean, but they've lost to
They just lost to the Ravens, yeah.
they've lost to the Browns too, because that was the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
worst
yeah.
worst show on turf ever.
31-6, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that it's not even worth it for them to win out. So yeah, give me the Steelers. It kind of feels
Fuck,
like time.
dude. Yeah, now the more we talk about it, the less good I feel about the Dolphins. HA and also, I think he'll play. I'm gonna go Dolphins just because I want to be a Rodgers hater and I want to go on the other side of you on this one.
Mhm.
I don't feel confident in that one at all. If I were a betting man, I'd bet on the Steelers at at home, like trying to save their playoff position against the.
Yeah. That's a greasy one though. It's definitely like
Yeah, yeah.
a tough one to pick.
The Steelers could struggle in that one, but yeah, I just also it does feel like the Dolphins like sneaky little win streak here has gone under the radar, but the opponents they've played are all. I know the Bills win was kind of out of left field, but besides that, the schedule's really easy.
Agreed.
But yeah, that's our week 15 picks. Looking ahead, we got some great games on the docket. We got playoff football coming up, college playoff football coming up. College basketball is getting underway. I had Florida UConn on the TV earlier.
Yeah, I gotta get in tune with that. I feel like
Yeah,
yeah, I
dude.
haven't watched a single second of college basketball.
Yeah, we're in it, man. So, a lot of sports coming up, folks, and we'll be back either this weekend or early next week. Thank you very much.